Board is being called to order. We're going to do things a little out of order as we wait for the chair. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, it passes. We're going into executive session.
Good morning. The board will now resume. Sorry for the delay. The first item on the agenda now is the approval of the minutes from November 16th, 2017. I'll move their approval. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. So good morning and welcome to the December 14th, 2017 public meeting of the New York City Campaign Finance Board. With the 2017 elections behind us, CFP staff will begin requesting public input on how the program can be improved to the benefit of all New Yorkers. Members of the public are welcome to take part in this election review process by testifying at the post-election hearing, which we will schedule for late January. Please stay tuned for exact details. Last week, I had the opportunity, along with Amy Loprest and other members of the CFB staff, to attend the 2017 Council on Government Ethics Laws Conference in Toronto. Among many important insights, listening to conference attendees from across the country and Canada very much highlighted for me how fortunate New York City is to have a strong set of campaign finance laws in place. At this time, I will turn to our Voter Assistance Advisory Committee Chair, Naomi Zauderer, for a report on last night's hearing. Naomi?
Thank you, Chair Schaefer. During the hearing, the VAC members had the opportunity to listen to voters relate a wide range of experiences during the 2017 elections. We heard an uplifting and powerful performance from the 2018 Youth Poet Laureate, William Lohier, and Dr. Christina Greer, professor of political science at Fordham University, was the featured speaker. She addressed how our voting process can be improved. One such improvement, of course, is allowing people to register to vote online. So we are very excited that the City Council has passed a law authorizing the CFB to build an online voter registration system. We aim to have the system up and available to all eligible New York City voters in early 2019. Another topic of discussion was how to make enact common sense voting rights reforms that could directly improve our democracy and increase voter participation across the state. We will be leading volunteers on our annual Voting Rights Advocacy Day to the state capitol in May. To sign the petition, go to votebetterny.org. With that, I will turn to CFB Executive Director Amy Loprest for her report.
Thank you. So in addition to being a resource for Kogel last week at the conference, we engaged in two different activities this week to further our role as helping other jurisdictions learn about our work and how we administer this program. Earlier this week, a number of us gave a presentation to a group from Living Cities, which is doing a research project on how cities implement democracy building activities, and they're doing it throughout the world, throughout the country and throughout the world. So it was an interesting presentation to help them on their report. I also briefly spoke with people from the city of Portland who are in the process of implementing a program that is modeled on ours, a multiple match program that they will be implementing starting in the beginning of next year for an election that will be in, I believe, 2020. And yesterday, I had the opportunity to testify before the City Council about our voter assistance work and the good efforts we've been making to register and encourage people across the city to vote, and also to speak in favor of a piece of legislation that was introduced to require us to broadcast the CFB-sponsored debates on the city's owned television stations. So a great piece of legislation that will hopefully expand the reach of those debates and the education opportunities for citizens starting in the 2021 elections.
Thank you. Amy, would you explain the next item, the 502A petition for candidate Green?
Sorry, if you indulge me, my monitor closed. So before the board is a petition for the board to agree, two petitions for the board to reconsider their decisions to recommend that the candidate Rupert Green not be paid on October 26th and November 2nd. The CFB staff is recommending that the board deny the petitions and that no appearance by the candidate was warranted at this meeting.
All right, I'll move the motion to deny the petition. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. The board has already deliberated in executive session without the presence of staff on the matter of penalties and repayment of the for the campaign, the 2013 campaign of Igor S. Oberman. Before the board is a recommendation to find a violation for failing to demonstrate that spending was in furtherance of the campaign with a recommended penalty of $219, a recommended public funds repayment of $1,589, or a total for penalties and public funds repayment of $1,808. I'll move the adoption of those that recommended violation, penalty, and public funds repayment. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. Before the board is also an agreement to accept a payment from the 2013 Julie Menon campaign for Manhattan Borough President in the amount of $201,000 as a full and final settlement of an administrative proceeding in which the board had sought penalties totaling $62,361 and public funds repayments totaling $208,657.72. This settlement would, 1, reflect the Menon campaign's acceptance of responsibility for allegations made in the board's petition for an administrative hearing, and 2, moot that petition and thereby resolve all allegations without any formal findings of violation or assessment of penalties. If approved, the board will issue a final audit report to the Menon campaign, as it does for all audited campaigns, which will stick to cover any and all board claims for penalties and public funds repayments sought from the campaign. I'll move the approval of this settlement. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. Finally, we have a vote on some final rules. Amy, would you address that for us?
Our general counsel is going to tee that up for us.
Okay, terrific. Thank you.
Hillary?
We are requesting the final rules. We had proposed rules that were published in the city record. We had an open hearing to which we had no comments, and we are now requesting that they become finalized.
Would you explain a little bit more the substance of the rules?
They have to do with the timing of payments. They are to coordinate our rules with modifications of the Campaign Finance Act.
Yeah, to create the law that was passed to create an early payment. So these are to enter into the rules to make that legislation possible to administer.
Great. Any questions or discussion? If not, I'll move the adoption of these final rules. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The motion carries. We have already conducted our executive session, and so I will move to adjourn the meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? We're adjourned. Thank you very much.